Right. I just took the time here to do a live process on the same information. I want to go on here and do a quick synopsis of the notes I took from the sleep and sugar thing that I went to with William H. Sweat. So this is on sugar and sleep. A lot of these health things come hand in hand. You know, you get one, you get the other one. A lot of these things are combined. It's like the body of health, pun intended. So 100 grams of sugar reduces the ability of white blood cells by 50%. If you know anything about white blood cells, those are the things that fight off bad things. All right. They help the immune system. Lack of sleep reduces the ability of white blood cells by 70%. So sugar in 100 grams by 50%, lack of sleep reduces the ability of white blood cells by 70%. So let's see, if you have a lot of sugar and you don't get a lot of sleep, that's where we start getting problems with the immune system. And when does it happen? Around, Halloween, maybe Christmas, a lot of sugar, not a lot of sleep. So high sugar equals low bone material density. When you have sugar, it takes the minerals out of the body, kind of like sweeps it away. And caffeine takes the calcium out of the body. Trans fats, which are cooked oils, whenever you cook an oil, that makes a trans fat. So extra virgin olive oil is good, but you cook that, it becomes a trans fat. Trans fats line the arteries. And if you know anything about arteries, they have our life-giving blood. You don't want anything impeding the flow or reducing the flow of that. So I'm kind of switching between the sugars and the sleep situation. So exposure to light before bed impedes melatonin production. Blue light in screens tells the body it's work time. It's time to work. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors. Adenosine is what tells the body that we are tired. Caffeine is the most consumed psychoactive drug, which reduces blood flow to the brain's frontal lobe. Right here. Researchers found it will result in 1 less hour in sleep. Alcohol also decreases the quality of sleep. What's your sleep chronotype? There are 5. When I talk about chronotype, I'm talking about early riser, night owl. Which one are you? Tobacco users are 50% more likely to have sleep disorders. Interesting. Regular physical exercise improves sleep quality and the time it takes to fall asleep. So you'll fall asleep quicker with exercise, and with exercise, the quality of sleep will be that much greater. But you shouldn't exercise all the way to the point of sleep. You should exercise and then 3 hours before you sleep, just cease that exercise. Exercise reverses insomnia and prevents insomnia. So if you're having trouble falling asleep, you should start getting exercise into your normal routine. Start off with 30 minutes each day. Walking is perfect. Walking is great. Sleep cleanses the brain and helps remove toxins from the arteries in the brain for a flush. So they say, depending on how you sleep, will have an effect on the cleansing properties. If you are a left or right sleeper, you are great. You're good to go. If you sleep on your stomach and your back, you may want to consider falling asleep on one side or the other for these cleansing benefits, for more cleansing benefits. All right. Let's see. All right, sleep hygiene. What is sleep hygiene? This is a way to clean up the time around your sleep so you get the best quality sleep ever. So you should go to bed and wake up at the same time. This is king. Being in a routine helps out a lot. 7 to 9 hours for an adult sleep per night. Exercise at least 30 plus minutes a day. Finish no later than 2 to 3 hours before bed. Avoid nicotine and caffeine and complete all consumption of that 10 to 12 hours before bed. 10 to 12 hours before bed, that's what it says. Avoid large meals / large drinks before bedtime, late at night. No naps after 3 p.m. These are things that can destroy your quality of sleep because your body is not focused on cleaning. It's focused on, getting this food through, these big drinks through, digestion, right? And let me just add to that, digestion does not start in the stomach. It starts right here. So if you can chew a little bit longer and not swallow stuff whole, there are some people, they'll swallow stuff and it goes all the way through them. And it's like they didn't even chew it, they just swallowed it up. Almost like the jet engine has swallowed people up and they've come out basically unharmed. Other times, they've digested a human. Anyways, real food is a medicine. And I'm talking about real food, which is fibrous, right? Not processed food. And real food comes from the ground, from the trees, right? Real food is medicine and processed food is poison. So, yeah. So imagine having a potato straight from the ground. A sweet potato straight from the ground rather than perhaps fried, sweet potato fries or something like that. Which one is better for you? Okay. So the diet and the sleep go hand in hand. So eat more greens for magnesium and calcium. And tryptophan. I said it correct earlier. Tryptophan for conversion to melatonin for better sleep. Macadamia nuts are the highest source of magnesium. There's some other nuts that have magnesium in it, but macadamia nuts tend to be the highest. So if you like those nuts, good on you. Pumpkin seeds are the highest source of zinc. Zinc is very important. Circadian rhythms are controlled by light for the proper regulation of melatonin and serotonin. Look those things up. So 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. So light in the morning starts the circadian rhythm, and then the darkness at night kind of puts the end cap to that rhythm there. Alright, so you can drink gallons and gallons of juice, but when you do that, the sugar goes pretty much directly into your veins, right? But when you eat the baskets of fruit, the sugar is slowed down by the fiber. So the fiber slows sugar release into the bloodstream. And sugar is sugar, right? But there are healthier versions than others. Let's just say that sugar, like fructose, aka fructose, decreases brain growth. Exercise increases brain growth and frontal cortex. Sleep hygiene. Sugar increases cognitive decline. So if someone's going crazy, just buck wild like kids on sugar, they probably had some sweet stuff. Alright, dark, cool, gadget-free bedroom. This is going back to sleep hygiene. Dark, cool, gadget-free bedroom. No lights, no distractions. Get 30 minutes of sunlight per day. Dim the lights before bedtime. Do not lie in bed awake. If you're having trouble doing, lying in bed, going to sleep, get up and do something relaxing. Relaxing activities. That could be a bubble bath, a sauna, maybe a massage, something like that relaxes you. And there are future sleep therapies. There are therapies to help you fall asleep. There is electrical manipulation, and this is what's called transcranial direct current stimulation. So shooting those electrical bolts right into the head. Thermal manipulation, this is warming up to cool down. So you know that to fall asleep, you need to warm up to cool down. You need to cool down to fall asleep. You need to stay cool to stay asleep and warm up to wake up. How many of us have gone to bed and barely got some good sleep in a hot environment, and then you wake up in the sweats, you're hot, can't fall, you have trouble falling back to sleep. So if any of these things are broken, it kind of breaks the rhythm to going to sleep. So let me repeat that again. You need to warm up to cool down. You need to cool down to fall asleep. You need to stay cool to stay asleep. And then you need to warm up finally to warm up. Warm up finally to wake up. So if you warm the hands, it can induce sleep. Warming the hands. And maybe the feet as well. I think that's why they have you wear socks to bed. Alright, there's acoustic manipulation. There's white noise. And there's also pink noise, which is kind of like white noise with the rhythm aspect to it. Kinesthetic manipulation. So this can be rocking, some type of rocking motion, like a hammock, right? A rocking chair. Maybe a mother rocking a child to sleep. So this increases the speed of falling asleep and boosted amount of deep sleep. 10% memory benefit increase, which is cool. Alright, going back to sugar here. Sugar increases cognitive decline. Sugar dumbs down. That's my words there. Alright, there was this, wasn't a Christian person, but was saying that society thinks that the day comes before the night, right? But actually, the night comes before the morning. The sleep comes before the wakefulness. That's deep. That's deep right there. Day starts with sleep. Sleep is an active state, not a passive state. So, mitochondria. If you supercharge mitochondria, that can give you, your natural colored hair. If you have damage to your mitochondria from maybe lack of sleep, you'll tend to have gray hair. And as we get older, some of us have trouble getting large amounts of sleep, quality amounts of sleep. And on the side here I have sugar harms heart health. Which brings me to soda. Do not bring soda home. Fructose is bad. And if you look at any one of your sodas, unless it's one of those Mexican sodas that has sugar straight up, it'll probably say high fructose corn syrup. You know what's better than being bad? Or what's worse than fructose? The high fructose. The one that's like the high fructose corn syrup is bad. Causes weight gain, liver fat, and weight gain. Sugar has cancer outcomes and negatively influences the immune system. Starch and sugar in high consumption increases risk of death or cancer. And exercise reduces risk of death and cancer. Of course, it all depends on the type of exercise you're doing, right? Don't be doing handstand push-ups on the side of a building. That exponentially increases your risk of death. Well, guys, remember to eat less sugar, less caffeine if you have to at all, right? Make sure you're getting your greens for the calcium and the magnesium and the zinc. Make sure you're practicing eating that fiber, actual fiber from good food that comes from the ground. And, of course, with the sleep hygiene, routine is key. You want to have some type of hygiene, going to bed at the same time, getting warm to get cool, staying cool, and then getting warm to get back up. Getting those 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, not doing exercise or eating large meals or drinking very close to bedtime, right? Keep that sleep hygiene, and I hope you guys got something out of this right here.